There are more than 400,000 NCAA student athletes. NCAA on Campus is their story.
On this edition of NCAA on Campus, we head to the southeast corner of South Dakota and the town of Vermillion, home to the University of South Dakota. All-American hurdler Alexa Duling has called this home for the past 5 years, graduating with a 4.0 GPA as a biology major and then earning her MBA. Those accomplishments, along with her leadership skills and work in the community, have earned Alexa one of the two 2013 NCAA Walter Byers Postgraduate Scholarships, a renewable $24,000 scholarship. To tell us more about USD and Alexa, here is All-American high jumper Megan Glazer.
Welcome to the home of the Coyotes, and make sure you pronounce it Coyotes.
It's Coyotes.
It's Coyotes, baby.
It's Coyotes, not Coyotes. USD is the oldest public university in South Dakota. Founded in 1862, 27 years before South Dakota became our nation's 40th state. We have more than 10,000 students, and our alums include Tom Brokaw, USA Today founder Al Newharth, and 1939 Nobel Prize winner Ernest Lawrence, the inventor of the cyclotron. This is where you'll find the Dakota Dome, a multi-purpose 10,000-seat facility that is our home for football, basketball, track and field, volleyball, and swimming. Our athletic program recently completed the move from Division II to Division I, and in June we had our first D1 champion when Bethany Buell won the pole vault title. We have earned 8 All-America honors in women's track and field in the last 3 years. Featured on that list is hurdler Alexa Duling, who qualified for last year's Olympic trials, and who also earned Academic All-America awards for her work in the classroom, where she was perfect.
You know, having gotten A's throughout my entire high school experience, I wanted to continue that into college. It's funny that once you just kind of get a feel for it and you figure out what you like to learn about, it makes getting A's so much easier. I love to set goals, but I think really at the heart of it all, I love to compete. And not only do I like to compete with other people, but I especially just like to compete with myself. When I came into undergrad, I took a variety of classes right off the bat so I could figure out what I really love to learn about. And I found myself always coming back to biology. And honestly, there were so many times where I would rather be in the library studying on a Friday night in my biology notes rather than going out with friends.
She's one of those students who would sit near the front of the class and you could always tell that she was focused on what you were saying, on what she was learning, and she was excited by everything.
Alexa grew up on a ranch in South Dakota and worked diligently in high school to build a resume in her classroom and on the track that would allow her to attend any school in the nation and provide her some new experiences. She was accepted at several top-tier universities, but the Coyotes were calling.
Growing up in South Dakota, I was like, you know, this place isn't that diverse, not that cultural, really not that inspiring, and I desire some sort of sophisticated school where I can learn about so many different things. And then I received a couple great scholarships from the University of South Dakota, and it completely changed everything. And right away when I got on campus, I realized that, you know, the lack of culture, the lack of diversity, no, like that was, you know, South Dakota had everything.
Alexa's track and field success came in the hurdles, where she won multiple conference championships and earned All-America honors. She also qualified for the U.S. Olympic trials. But that success did not come easily.
My freshman year of high school, my coach said, hey, let's try the hurdles. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give it a shot. Anyways, during my first race, I fell over the last hurdle. Traumatic event for a high schooler, and decided that I wasn't gonna ever hurdle again. Well, you know, I get to my junior year and we still don't have any girls out for the team, so we tried hurdling again, and next thing you know, I'm state champion in it. So it was funny how it all worked out, and now I love hurdling so much more than, you know, straight running. And I'm so happy to be a hurdler.
She's very much a student of the sport. She wants to know why we're doing things, how we're doing things, and that's what makes her fun to coach. We knew she was good, she's very talented, but her work ethic and her attention to detail is really what's made her a great track athlete.
I trained with her because I ran 400s, and every time I would, you know, get tired or I wouldn't want to do something, she would take me back and say, you know, let's look at your goals. What do you want to accomplish and how are we going to get there? She's always there to build everybody up.
Alexa's a great leader. She really doesn't even try to be a leader. I think that's the best part about Alexa. Just if you're around Alexa, you can definitely just tell by the way that she acts that you want to be like Alexa.
The things that you learn from running and really from any sport relate to everything you do in everyday life. The discipline you learn, the teamwork, the confidence that you gain from the sport are truly things that relate to everything.
Alexa spent time on a Native American reservation, job shadowing some physicians, and the experience affected her deeply.
Watching them interact with the Native American people and deliver culturally competent care was truly special to me and truly meaningful, because it showed that the physician not only cared about treating them in the Western medicine perspective, but also treating them so that their culture could be taken into it and woven into their medical treatment as well. And seeing the integration of that was really beautiful. I spoke to a little girl in the hospital waiting room and I asked her, how's your summer going? What have you been up to? And she just told me how bored she was and how she never had anything to do. And I have a serious problem with the word bored. And so I wanted to show the children on the reservation that, you don't need to be bored. There's things out there to do. And so I knew Girls on the Run would be a great program for that.
Girls on the Run is a nationally organized program that is about girls understanding health and self-esteem and confidence and being strong as young girls. And so the women's track team were the mentors for the elementary school girls and Girls on the Run here.
She knew about the Girls on the Run program and decided to try to bring it to the reservation. People told her, oh, it can't be done, the logistics, it would be too difficult. And when Alexa's confronted by an obstacle, she finds a way to go through it, to go around it, to go any which way to get to the other side, and she does it with a smile.
I worked for about a year trying to get this program started on the reservation and continually advocated for the girls out there, and I finally received permission to start the first summer program of Girls on the Run in the nation, and I think, let alone it was the first one ever done on an Indian reservation. So it was such a cool experience to go out to the reservation and do this running program with the little girls. I absolutely think it's important to be a role model, but I never think of myself as doing that. I just act how I would naturally. And I think that's the most important thing, is to just be who you are, and that's what really inspires people.
Alexa will use her NCAA Walter Bayer Scholarship to pursue a medical degree at the University of Arizona, and she expects her path will eventually lead her back to South Dakota.
Receiving the Walter Bayer Scholarship from the NCAA has surpassed anything I ever could have imagined. Just to know that the entire NCAA truly believes in me has given me so much confidence and has really further inspired me to try to do some really cool things with my career. It's really hard to really put the picture out there of where I see myself in 10 to 15 years, but what I would like to do is come back to South Dakota and practice on an Indian reservation here.
Alexa, good luck in medical school, and congratulations on your Walter Bayer Scholarship. And thanks for being such a brilliant representative of the NCAA student athlete. And thanks to you out there on the web for watching NCAA on Campus.